You won't believe what I'm about to show you right here. Well, here you go. So today we're going to be playing Recruits E-Giant. Yes, this deck was #1 in the world yesterday. I have to try it out for myself. Let me give it a crack on ladder. Let's get it. So how's it going, everybody? We are in our first match now using this absolutely diabolical Recruits E-Giant deck. I'm sorry in advance, but I saw this at #1 and my mouth just dropped. I was like, how can this deck be so good? I have to figure out what's so good about it or why it's so good against the meta currently. But I'm just going to go ahead and grab the King Tower activation off this drill. Not the best starting hand ever. Now, I got to note that this deck is 4.5 average cost elixir. So it is very clunky, very awkward, and shouldn't make any sense logically for these cards to go together. I'm going to go E-Giant the bridge. Maybe this is too aggressive. It probably is too aggressive in complete honesty because he most likely has, yeah, Tesla for that. Right there, and also Demolisher is a really good counter to E-Giant in general, so also Recruit. So E-Giant is going to be a little bit hard to get to tower this game because he does have the double building with the drill and the Tesla, but overall, this deck, I shouldn't have to think very much. That's my thought process. This is my first time playing it, though, so I really am going to be figuring it out as we go. I think I played this before, actually. I don't remember. It was a while ago, though, so I don't remember how to play this deck. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was a different Recruits version. To be honest, this is going to sound bad, but they all feel the same to me in terms of Recruit decks. But looking at the situation here, he goes for kind of a Panic Snowball and a late Demolisher, so I would actually say we're probably up about 4 elixir around there. Right now, the key to this deck, I think, is going to be our Evo Bomber lineups, our Bowler shots, and then also Empress value just overall should be very, very nice. I mean, Tornado Bowler and Tornado Evo Bomber could also be nasty with some E-Giant Tornado action as well, but we'll see. So this matchup, I think specifically, I'm just going to go Bomber the bridge to try and predict his Skellies potentially. He does go for the Larry, so hopefully Bomber can get a shot, can get a shot right there. On top of that, it does not. It kind of sells me, but that's all good. I can just go for the cannon in the middle like this right here. And this deck is going to be a double elixir deck. You can already tell by how expensive it is. That's what happens when your deck is 4.5. Yes, 4.5. And this is a normal deck, average cost. That's like more expensive than Golem decks for the most part. Almost every Golem deck is less than that. So I'm going to just go ahead and drop down my Recruits to bridge like this and then pop my Bowler's ability to force out an awkward situation from him. He does go for the Tesla and the Knight. That Bowler's going to do a decent job of cleaning up, I mean, most things. I'm going to go for the E-Giant at the bridge as well. And hopefully, since he just uses Tesla, he can't get back to another one in time. He might be able to go for a defensive drill, though. So I'm going to go for the Bomber like this. I'm also going to Tornado, try and get this in range. Oh, beautiful timing. That was so lucky. Wait, no, Bomber, go to the tower. Oh, shoot. Wait, that's still going to hit the tower, I think, just once at least. Hopefully, please, Bomber. There we go, Bomber. And that's why Evo Bomber is so annoying, but overall, not the greatest bit of damage. We hardly got any damage, and I feel like we should hard counter this guy just based off of the fact that he can't defend really our Bowlers. Look at that Bowler, and right as I say that, rather, he could not defend the Bowler ability, and he gets 2 shots on tower, and also he has to defend that Empress still, which is going to take care of his entire Demolisher, his entire Knight, everything pretty much on the map right there. So Recruit's going to clean up that drill on the right-hand side. He does go for the poison. Oh, wow. That's very aggressive. I think we should be able to punish him for that, or at least get something out of this, hopefully. I'm going to pop my ability here. He's probably going to go Knight on top of that Bowler, I would assume, right here. There it is. So I'm going to go for the E-Giant to back. Let's start up a big push. In this situation, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with this deck. I'm just kind of randomly placing stuff, but that's just how it looks. I mean, is there a correct way to play this? Maybe so. I sure don't know what it is, but he's going to probably go, yep, there's the offensive drill, but I have my Bowler for that. I'm just going to drop that down right there. He does play it in the front, so our Bowler's going to fully counter, and then now we go for our really skillful push of E-Giant, Spirit Empress, Bowler, Recruit to the bridge. I mean, this is miraculous amounts of talents that I'm really putting on display right here. Let's go arrows as well, try and catch him off guard. And the Bowler's going to connect on tower for a LeBron James shot, and then also I can Tornado if he plays a Knight or something in front. I'm actually just going to let it go now. That's going to be another Empress shot on the other side too, which is very nice, and then he does go for the Knight to bridge. I'm going to go for my Empress once more on the middle of the map to clean up that Knight, and he does go for the drill poison instantly, which is pretty aggressive. Hopefully Bowler can clean up shop right there. It did a decent job. It missed one of the goblins, unfortunately, but that doesn't really change much. I'm just going to set up a Recruit to the back. Maybe I should have went at the river right there, potentially, but I think it's fine either way. I'm just going to go ahead and E-Giant as well. I think we build a massive push. That's what I've been, learning or noticing about this deck, is that you want to get that one massive push. I'm going to go Bomber like this and then arrows to try and kill that Demolisher. That's like my only goal right here. Please kill the Demolisher. Ah, dang it, it's 1 HP. Well, it's, 1 HP from running away, if that makes sense. So I'm going to NATO this other Demolisher in instantly. Bowler's on tower, by the way, on the right-hand side. That's huge. Let's go for a second Bowler like this, and honestly, at this point, there's 25 seconds left in the game. Why not just put everything at the river, dude? I'm going to pop my Bowler ability first, then Recruits on 0. Dang it, he blocks, but that Evo Drill is actually kind of saving his bacon right here. I'm going to go for the Empress on the ground. Look at this deck. I mean, I feel disgusting right now playing this, but you know what? It just shows that spam is the way to go, man. No matter if it's hyper bait or heavy beatdown, you can just kind of vomit cards on the bridge. bridge, and it just doesn't end up mattering. You're going to end up breaking through because of the sheer amounts of pressure you have in your deck. But yeah, nice win, I guess, in the first game. The opponent honestly played pretty well. There's nothing that he could do. This deck is just too annoying and too hard to defend against. Up against Flo Joe in this next one right here, and I mean, let's just drop Recruit's first play. I think the best way to go about this is make the simple play and not think about it super deeply for the most part, and then maybe we can go for some cool tornadoes. That's what I'm thinking. So he's got 3 Musketeers, actually, which is probably going to be a really hard deck to play against for my deck, specifically because I don't have a spell for them. I mean, we can NATO them into these Recruits. It's not actually going to do anything because he does go for the Ice Golem the exact same time. Quite unfortunate. Timing, if I do say so myself. I'm not going to E-Giant that. I'm just going to go arrows on top. Now, most likely, he's probably playing Elixir Collector, and then all those bridge spammy type cards like Battle Ram and stuff, it would be my prediction. I'm just going to go for the Bowler at the back here. I'm not sure if this is the right play. We'll see how he wants to react. He pumps in the back. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, I think we go E-Giant in front of this, right? Because I have to get some pressure, and obviously we can't kill the pump at all. We don't have anything to kill it, so I have to go offensive. Let's go for the E-Giant now. What does he have for this? That is the question. I'm going to go for my Empress on the ground as well. Just to kind of be annoying, he goes for the E-Barbs and the Golden Knight. Oh, wow, what a deck, man. That's quite toxic as well. We've both got some toxic things up our sleeves, but luckily my bowler is just carrying me. I'm going to pop my abilities. Well, no, it was a little bit, just the slightest bit too late, unfortunately, so my bowler did cross the bridge, even though it looks like it's not across the bridge if you look at it from the angle that I was seeing it at least, but I'm going to go ahead and grab King Tower activation. You know what, he's going to pump up again, but all things considered, we're not down a crazy amount now. We are going to be down a crazy amount in about 1 minute from now. Just by the sheer amount of elixir pump value he's going to get, he's going to pump again 100%, yep. So, I'm just going to go for the arrows. I guess I'll arrows this left one. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because they're both going to get the same amount of value no matter which one I arrow, unfortunately. So, I guess we're just going to have to defend, and we have good defense. This deck actually has very good defensive cards. E-Giant's a good defensive card, very underrated in that aspect. Bowler, of course, one of the best in the entire game, and then, of course, we have Empress, which is good too. So, I'm going to try and just play defense for now. I'm a little bit nervous about how this is going to go. Let's go for the cannon here. In the middle of the map, and then I'm just going to go ahead and drop down my Recruits the bridge, I guess. Try and DPS down those Muskies. Unfortunately for me, he drops about 40 elixir at the bridge on the other side with those E-Barbs in the cannon, or not the cannon, the Golden Knights into the cannon, rather. I'm going to go for the E-Giant on defense there to hopefully kill the Muskie, and that's going to do a decent job cleaning up the Golden Knight and the E-Barb as well. Oh my gosh! Okay, Bowler, you've got to pull off a LeBron performance right now. That's huge. Let's go for the arrows on top of the Musketeers. You know what? All things considered, with how much elixir he just deployed, I think I'm happy to be alive right now. Like that one song, I am happy to be alive. Please don't copyright me. I'm going to go for the Recruits to back like this right here and see how he does want to play against this. Now, he doesn't have 3 Muskies. Is he back? He's like, now he's definitely back. Is he going to 3 Muskies instantly? Because if he does, I can just Evo Bomber. He does. Wait, let me go Bomber Cheese on top of that. That's going to be really, really good value. Going to bounce on the Musketeer as well. He does go for the Golden Knight, unfortunately, but that's fine because we still get that one hit on the tower, which I will definitely take, and then E-Giants at the bridge should be pretty annoying for him to deal with, I think, in this situation. He goes for the E-Barbs, though, which are going to go ahead and make quick work of my E-Giants, but look at the Empress just getting this crazy amount of value, like just not dying, basically. So he goes for a Ghost. I don't really agree with that Ghost. I'm going to go for the Empress on the ground this time to go ahead and defend that. Now, we're probably going to see some more 3 Musketeers on the map. I want to pop my Bowler's ability. He's going to ignore it and go 3 on the back. Okay. Now, this is probably the make or break push right here, I'd say. If we can survive this one, I think we get to triple. We can get really crazy amounts of value from our defensive cards and win this game. So I just need to survive this push. This is the one. Let's go ahead and drop down our Bowler. I'm going to go Recruits as soon as I can here. The Golden Knight does connect to my tower, but like honestly, dude, that did so much damage. Holy smokes. I was going to say it's fine, but it's not really fine anymore. I guess. I have to go E-Giant the bridge and get really aggressive. Those Recruits are on the tower. What is he doing? Hello? You were saving up for the 3 Muskies? That's an Evo cell right there. That was an Evo cell from the opponent. I think that's game over too. Yep, the E-Giant's going to connect on tower, and then Bowler should finish off the game. Never mind, E-Giant does. Let's freaking go. I think this deck would classify as one of those that definitely requires me to wash my hands afterwards. But just going to go Recruits first play in the back, as I literally say that. He goes for the Witch in the back as well. Okay, so that's fine. We have Bowler for that. Bowler's a great counter to it. So I'm going to go for the Bowler right here, right now, and see what he does want to do to react to this. So Bowler should kill that Witch completely unless he plays something in front. Goes for the minions. Okay. And the mini P.E.K.K.A. Wait, but what about the Recruits on the other side? Is he going to completely sack the entire, like, most of the tower? That's quite interesting, to say the least. That's fine. He also burnt his vines and used the ability so I can get King Tower and defend the Witch with the Bomber. And look at the right side, guys. Since he did not defend anything and just completely ignored it, it's going to be down to 400 HP, which is like not game over completely, but Definitely a pretty big mistake by him, and I mean, we can still choke, but the odds of us losing from this position are pretty low compared to being even or whatnot. So he's gonna go for the MK the back. I'm gonna go ahead and just chill for a bit. I think we just Empress the back. I know I don't really have much for this MK. I have Bowler, that's about it. But even if he spams the bridge here, I feel like we can... Oh, this is perfect. I know he's going to take my tower, but I feel like we can counter push him super good, especially now with those minions. I can just get the nice arrows on top of that MK and the minions and the balloon. And then now we got to think about the elixir. So he's currently probably on about 2 to 3, at most 3, 4 elixir. So he's probably going to be about 5 by the time I go in. Let's go for the recruits like this. And he has a full recruits push and Empress to deal with. And he has like 6 to 7 elixir, unironically. So Mini P.E.K.K.A comes down right there. That's completely fine with me. He goes for the ability. It's not going to do anything. And waste of vines as well. That's game. That's GG. I promise you he has no elixir, and this E-Giant's going to take his tower. I believe the only way he could defend this is Evo MK as well, but there's no way he can afford that right now. Maybe on 0, like sometime soon, but it's not going to matter. The recruits and the E-Giant and the Bomber are going to take the 3 crown before he even gets the chance to do anything. And there's the MK, but it's too little too late. We up against the impact zone right here. Skelly's in the back first play. Just going to cycle my Bomber and see how he does want to react to this. Do I just do it? You know what? You know what? Should I do it? It's a terrible idea, but I should do it, shouldn't I? It's just such a bad idea. You know what? Why not? Let's drop down the recruits like this in the back and just see what he does to react to this. I think he has 3.0 Expo, which imagine you loaded with Expo and face this deck. Oh, wait, I don't have to imagine because I've done it multiple times and I hated it every single time. So now this guy's going to feel my misery. I'm going to take it out on him. He's going to have to feel the pain and suffering of this matchup, you know? So I'm just going to go ahead and drop down. You know what? I'm going to E-Giant to back. I know this is really aggressive, but if he goes for the Expo other lane, I just have cannon for it. So honestly, I don't even mind. It's completely okay if he does want to go for that. But yeah, we have arrows. Man, we couldn't even... I mean, we could hard counter this guy more if I had Earthquake instead of Tornado or something. But we have arrows for the archers. We have just a crazy amount of offense. It's going to be insanely difficult for him to break through as well because we do have so many good responses to Expo. E-Giant, really good. Bowler, really good. Bomber's great. Cannon. And, of course, the recruits are probably the best. One of, top 5 response to Expo at the bridge in the game if you have enough elixir for them. So we get 1 Empress hit. Honestly, you got to give him credit for that defense. It could have easily been game over already, but he does defend that fairly well. But that's just the appetizer. What we're going to do here soon is just spam our recruits at the bridge. And it'll pretty much be GG, but I'm going to go for the recruits to back, actually, once we hit 10 here. I'm going to do this because I want him to Expo. If he Expos, I promise you we're going to take his tower, or at least get a huge chunk of it. So, he's not going to expect the cannon. Yep, I knew it. So, the cannon's going to go ahead and take out his entire Expo, a +3 trade for us, and now a +5 trade, basically, almost, well, not really, because he does kill some of the recruits, but, kind of a +5 trade. And now we have a huge elixir lead after this. He's going to let the recruit connect on his tower as well on the left-hand side. And, man, I'm telling you, we just go for a huge push here. And this is going to be game over. I'm calling it right now. This push is going to be the one to win us the game. So let's go E-Giant to back. If he does, yep, there it is. I was going to say if he does go for the Expo, we have Bowler prepared for that puppy. And that's going to take care of business. I'm going to go for the Bomber on top of that as well to get that splash damage. And this is why Evo Bomber is so freaking good against Expo, right? You can get these lineups on the Tesla. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to go ahead and spam my recruits in the bridge on 0. I don't see any reason to not. Also, remember, he burnt his Evo Tesla there. So he's going to have to cycle pretty desperately to get back to that one right there. So even though he did that, now we have another E-Giant. How is he going to stop this? There's just too much on his map, and I know we don't really have much supporting it, but I don't think it matters in this situation too much. I'm going to go, no, I just sold. Oh, wait, I meant to put the Bowler back in my hand and arrows as archers. It doesn't matter, though, because the E-Giant actually connected with his tower. I didn't even mean to put that Bowler in the back, but that just shows you don't need to do anything correct to win in a matchup like this. You could just hammer cards down, and this guy gave up. I don't even blame him, bro. What is he supposed to do? This is a complete impossible matchup for him, but yeah. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'll go ahead and take his tower really quickly. I feel pretty dirty playing this deck. I have to wash my hands. But of course, like always, enjoy the Butch clip. And we'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. So yeah, peace.